Not yet. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2016 East Coast Conference Baseball Championship here at Dowling College in Shirley, New York. Casey Rafferty here with Mike Steenkamp to bring you all of today's action. Mike, our first matchup of the day features the third-seeded Molloy Lions and the second-seeded Dowling Golden Lions. Let's talk really quickly about how this could be a tale of two seasons for both of these teams.
Well, Molloy started out very slow this year, and they have really picked it up over their last 30 or so games. And, you know, it's been the complete opposite for Dowling. They started out really hot, and they played about around under 500 ball since their hot start. So, you know, you're catching the Lions going up, and you're catching the Golden Lions going down. So we're going to see a showcase of two very talented pitchers. And, you know, we're going to see a showcase of very talented offenses. The Dowling Golden Lions, not so hot so far, late in April, early in May so far. So we're going to see what's going to happen as these two teams square off in the first game of the 2016 ECC Baseball Championship.
You mentioned the pitching matchup. Going from Molloy is Ronald Bauer, who has one of the lowest ERAs in the country at 1.05. And also Cody McPartland for Dowling, who is 5-4 with a 3.46 ERA and is second in the ECC in strikeouts. First pitch is a few minutes away here. We'll be right back with the starting lineups. And welcome back to Shirley, New York, where the Golden Lions are taking their warm-ups before the start of the game. We'll get you the starting lineup from Molloy College. Batting first and DHing is Dylan Guzman. Batting second and playing third base is Kevin Podell. The three-hitter is the first baseman, Angelo Navetta. Batting cleanup and playing center field is Anthony Albergina. Batting fifth and playing shortstop is Brian Murphy. Batting sixth is the right fielder Nicholas Gonchar. Anthony Galanudis plays left field and is batting seventh. Ryan Hensley is the second baseman, and he is batting eighth. And the 9-hitter is Jack McCarty, who is behind the plate. For the Golden Lions, as mentioned earlier, on the mound is Cody McPartland. He comes into today's action with a 5-4 record in 11 games, all starts, a 3.46 ERA. In 78 innings pitched, he's allowed 86 hits and struck out 73 batters, which is second in the ECC. So Dylan Guzman steps to the plate, and we are just about ready for the first pitch here at the 2016 East Coast Conference Baseball Championship. McPartland deals a fastball low. Dylan Guzman takes for ball one. The 1-0 pitch hits the inside corner and evens the count at 1-1.
Now, Casey, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Cody McPartland look a little bit like Tyler Badamo up on the mound?
He does, and that's a Dowling player who was drafted 2 years ago. And the 1-1 pitch hits Guzman, and Molloy has runner on first with nobody out.
Guzman, a very, very big threat on the bases. 27 steals in 33 attempts. Look for Cody McPartland to be paying a lot of attention to Guzman over at first base as Kevin Podell steps to the plate.
The first pitch to Podell is a fastball right down the middle, and McPartland's ahead in the count, 0-1.
Guzman with a good lead as McPartland throws over, and he is picked off. Great job by McPartland to eliminate the base-stealing threat, and there is one away here in the top of the first inning. Now McPartland can reset, go back from the windup with a 0-1 count on Podell.
And Podell fouls off a fastball, and McPartland's now ahead 0-2.
Just as we were saying that Guzman is a threat on the bases, and McPartland with a quick move over to first, and he got picked off.
And Podell fouls 0-2 pitch down out of play on the right field line.
Podell, a native of Wantagh, New York, played 4 years at St. Dominic High School, also spent a semester at NJIT before coming over to Molloy 3 years ago.
And the 0-2 offering is low and inside, looked like an off-speed pitch there.
If you're going to miss against Podell, you're going to miss low and inside, and that's exactly what McPartland did, setting him up for a pitch on the outside half.
And the first base umpire says Podell offered at an 1-2 breaking ball, and he goes down on strikes.
McPartland making quick work of Podell as Angelo Navetta, the first baseman for Molloy, steps in, trying to get things started with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
And Navetta in the 3-hole for the Lions, currently leading the ECC with a .385 batting average with 70 hits, 10 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs on the season. The 1-0 pitch from McPartland hits the outside corner to even the count at 1-1. The 1-1 offering misses a little bit low, and Navetta's are now ahead in the count 2-1.
McPartland seems to be working away against Navetta, not trying to come on the inside half.
Low and inside, so now Navetta has a hitter's count here at 3-1.
And, of course, as soon as I say he's working him outside, he throws on the inside half. Shows why I'm up here and not on the field.
And a breaking ball on 3-1 that Navetta swings through, so now the count is full here with 2 outs in the top of the first.
McPartland showing a lot of respect to Nevada with an off-speed pitch on 3-1.
He comes back to the fastball on 3-2, and Nevada fouls it down the right field line.
As a hitter, you're sitting dead red on a fastball, and you see that coming out of his hand, and McPartland changed speeds a little bit. And it was very interesting that Nevada took a mighty hack, but came up with nothing. Fouled off the next pitch. As we are currently waiting for a ball down the right field line to be shagged. Both players reset, Nevada at the plate and McPartland on the mound.
And another 3-2 offering is low and inside, and Nevada works a walk with 2 outs.
Now for McPartland, that is just his 18th walk on the year, as opposed to 73 strikeouts, 74 with the strikeout of Podell, so not that many free bases issued for Podell.
So Anthony Albergina steps to the plate and takes a breaking ball for strike 1.
Albergina coming into this game hitting .315 with 11 doubles, 5 triples, 36 runs driven in.
And he fouls off that breaking ball to run the count to 0-2.
Nevada is 9 out of 10 on the bases so far this year. Not that much of a lead over at first.
And Albergina takes the breaking ball in the outside corner for strike 3. So after a half an inning, the score is Molloy 0 and Dowling coming to bat. We head to the bottom of the first, so let's get you the starting lineup for the Dowling College Golden Lions. Leading off and playing left field is Tim Going. Batting second is the designated hitter, Kenny Phil Zane. The 3-hitter is the right fielder, R.J. Going. Batting cleanup is the catcher, Mike Rizzatello. The 5-hitter is the third baseman, Bobby Morse. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Mike Richter. The 7th hitter is the shortstop, Tyler Piccolo. Batting eighth is the center fielder, Chris Appel. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Rob Costanzo. And on the mound for the Lions of Molloy is Ronald Bauer. He comes into the game with a 7-1 record and a minuscule 1.05 ERA that ranks 4th in all of Division II.
Bauer is a soft-throwing righty. He is wildly effective with 38 walks to 50 strikeouts this year. He had an 8-walk game earlier this year against Chestnut Hill. He only threw 5 innings. Just gave up 1 hit, 1 unearned run in that game. Like I said, he did pick up the win in that game, but he just went 5 innings. He is coming off his first loss of the season, in which he threw a complete game, 5 hits, 2 earned runs with 6 strikeouts, and a loss to St. Thomas Aquinas back on May 6th.
And Bauer's first pitch of the game is up and in, and Going has to duck out of the way.
Well, Dowling hit the Molloy leadoff hitter, and Bauer comes high in on the Dowling leadoff hitter. Very interesting to see.
Bauer's 1-0 offering is a little bit higher, too, so Going's ahead in the count 2-0, and you have to wonder if Bauer is maybe a little bit amped up for his first playoff start. The 2-0 pitch hits the outside corner, moving the count to 2-1.
Bauer is a very quick worker, gets the ball, looks for a sign, and is ready to go right back at it.
2-1 pitch misses inside, and now Going is in a hitter's count here again at 3-1. And Going works the leadoff walk.
That'll be Bauer's 39th walk of the year. Not the way that you want to start things off if you're Ronnie Bauer out on the mound. Top of the bottom half of the first inning, and he walks the leadoff man.
And speaking of Bauer's walks, as great of a season as he's had, he actually leads the ECC with 38, now 39 walks on the season.
Give you the defensive alignment for the Lions. Over at third base is Kevin Podell. Playing shortstop is Brian Murphy. The second baseman, number 12, Hensley. And at first, Angelo Navetta.
Kenny Philzame steps up to the plate and takes the first pitch from Bauer high and outside for ball one.
In the outfield, it's Galanudis, Albergina, and Gonchar left to right. The battery, Ronnie Bauer, as we mentioned, and the catcher is Jack McCarty.
And Bauer steps off, had Going leaning towards second base there, but he scatters back into first base.
Tim Going, 18 for 18 on the bases. A big threat as these teams may be looking to play a little small ball early in the game. With both of these pitchers, runs may be at a premium, so we'll see if the Golden Lions are looking to take the extra base here early in the first inning.
And the 1-0 pitch is laced into left field, but right at Galanudis for the first out.
Seemed to Bauer left the fastball up and in on the number 2 hitter. Phil's aim. He put a good swing on it, but Albergina was right over there. Excuse me, that's Galanudis in left field.
And for those of you who haven't been following the ECC recently, you might have heard the ping of the bat there. Just a little note for you all that this is the first year since 2007 that the ECC tournament will be played with aluminum bats. RJ Going steps to the plate. And Bauer throws over to first to try to keep RJ's brother Tim close at first.
RJ come into the game playing and starting in 44 games this year, a .333 average, 50 hits and 150 at-bats.
And Going takes off for second and is in there safely. The ball goes into the outfield, but not far enough that Going can advance to third.
Not much you can do there if you're Jack McCarty, the catcher. Bauer has a high leg kick in the stretch, and he also threw an off-speed pitch that was in for a strike, but McCarty did the best he could, trying to get the ball out of there quickly, as Tim Going dove in head first, was unable to scoot over to third with the ball going into the outfield, but nonetheless, it's a 0-1 count, 1 out and a runner on second for the Golden Lions here in the bottom of the first.
And McCarty has been one of the best in the ECC all year at throwing out runners, but couldn't get going there. RJ Going fouls the ball off the third baseline and now is behind in the count 0-2.
And if you're RJ Going right now, and if you can't drive the ball to the outfield, you're at least looking to move the runner over to third. Scoot him up 90 feet. So if you can get a pitch on the outside half, maybe drive one to the right side of the infield to get his brother over to third.
And the second baseman is really holding Going on at second, so the whole right side of the infield is open at the moment. The 0-2 pitch is low and inside.
There was definitely a mix-up there as Jack McCarty stepped out for a pitch out, but Bauer threw a ball over the plate. It was low for taken for a ball, but that's definitely a cross-up as that ball could have gone to the backstop and Going could have easily taken third base. So after a little conversation between Bauer and McCarty, the 1-2 pitch will be delivered shortly.
Going grounds the ball to third. Podell fires across the diamond to get going, and now there's 2 away.
A very good at-bat approach for RJ Going, but hit a ball hard to third base, took a couple of bounces over towards Podell, and he was able to make a strong throw to Nevada for the second out of the inning.
That brings the catcher Mike Rizzatello to the plate. Rizzatello was the ECC Player of the Week in the final week of the regular season. He's currently hitting .349 on the year with 5 doubles, 4 triples, 1 home run, and 29 RBIs. Rizzatello swings through the first pitch breaking ball, and Bauer's ahead in the count 0-1.
That wasn't one of your normal get-me-over curveballs for Bauer. That was a pitch low and away, and Rizzatello was unable to reach. A great pitch to start off the at-bat.
The 0-1's a fastball up and in, evening the count at 1-1.
Outfield pretty much straight away against Rizzatello, with Albergina a shade toward left center.
Going takes off for third on the pitch, and Rizzatello skies it to center field, and it gets over his head all the way up against the wall. And Rizzatello trots into second base with an RBI double, and the Golden Lions take a 1-0 lead here in the first inning.
Rizzatello drives in his 30th run of the year, and Tim Going scores his 34th run of the year. That ball did not look very hard hit off the bat, but Albergina kept going and going and going, and that ball was one hop the fence. A great piece of hitting by Rizzatello to get on top of the fastball that was about letter high, and he drove that ball to left center field for the RBI double.
So Robert Morse steps to the plate here and fouls off the first pitch. And Bauer's ahead in the count 0-1.
On the play, Rizzatello was taking off for third. So these Golden Lions are looking to take advantage of the extra base and get runners in scoring position, even further in scoring position against Ronnie Bauer. They must think they can run on the arm of Jack McCarty, which not a lot of teams have been able to do this year.
And after Rizzatello took off on that first pitch, Bauer does the spin move to try to keep him closer to second base.
Now, there's many different things that a pitcher can do to keep the runners off balance.
The 0-1 fastball is low and away, evening the count at 1-1.
He can vary his times that he looks to the plate. He can step off. He can turn and throw. So let's see if Bauer changes anything up.
Another fastball low and outside, moving the count to 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is skied high to shortstop. And Murphy makes the catch for the third out of the inning. But the Golden Lions score 1 run on 1 hit and leave 1 runner on. At the end of 1, Dowling leads Molloy 1-0.
Okay.
Ryan Murphy steps to the plate for Molloy to lead things off here in the top of the second inning. And the first pitch from McPartland is a breaking ball over the plate for strike one.
Murphy, a .280 hitter coming into the game. 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 18 runs driven in.
The 0-1 pitch is a fastball fouled down the left field line, and McPartland's now ahead in the count 0-2.
If he can get on, he's getting on base so far this year at a .332 clip. He is 25 of 28 on stolen bases.
And he swings through a breaking ball for strike 3.
McPartland getting his second strikeout of the afternoon.
Now Nicholas Gonchar stepping to the plate with 1 out. And the first pitch for McPartland is over the plate for strike 1.
Gonchar is one of 7 Lions in their everyday lineup to be hitting over 300 this year.
The 0-1 pitch is a fastball low and away, evening the count at 1-1.
Gonchar coming into the game hitting .310, 11 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 30 runs driven in.
Gonchar fouls that one off, moving the count to 1-2. The 1-2 offering is low and outside. They see if he went, and the first base umpire says no. So 2-2 here now to Gonchar. Gonchar grounds to Morse. Morse fires across the diamond and throws it away. Gonchar is heading into second on the error.
And very interesting over at third base. Morse had plenty of time but seemed to rush the throw. Threw it up the first base line. Ball went down the right field line as Gonchar was able to hustle over to second base. And with 1 out, the Lions will have a runner at second with the left fielder Anthony Galanudis coming up to bat.
The first pitch to Galanudis is low, and a nice stop by Rizzatello to keep Gonchar at second base.
Galanudis coming in hitting .339, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 25 runs driven in with a .417 slugging percentage. He's looking to produce a run and tie this game up here in the top half of the second inning.
The 1-0 pitch is tapped to first base, fielded by Richter, who steps on the bag for the second out as Gonchar moves over to third base.
McPartland was able to get Galanudis on a slow curve. Galanudis rolled over and put the ball to first base. A nice, easy play for the first baseman, Richter.
That brings the second baseman, Ryan Hensley, to the plate, who now needs a hit to drive in the run with 2 outs for the Lions. The first pitch is a breaking ball over the plate, and McPartland continues to get first pitch strikes here in the early going.
Hensley starting just his 5th game of the year. He is hitting .350 in just 20 at-bats so far. 7 hits in his 20 at-bats.
The 0-1 pitch gets away and to the backstop, and Gonchar comes home to tie the game at 1.
If you're Cody McPartland, that's not what you're looking for. That will be his 6th wild pitch of the year as he spiked that fastball, allowing the run to come home to score, and we are knotted up at 1. Top of the second inning with 2 outs.
And Hensley lines the 1-1 pitch into right center field for a single on the first hit of the game for the Lions.
A nice piece of hitting by Hensley drove the outside pitch into right center field for the 2-out single, and the Lions are back in business with the catcher, Jack McCarty, coming to the plate.
The first pitch to McCarty, he bunts, trying to get on with a bunt hit, but pushes it foul down the third baseline.
Well, the third baseman, Morse, playing back behind the baseline. McCarty looking to take advantage of the defensive alignment for the Golden Lions, looking to lay down a bunt. And Morse hasn't even taken another step in, so McCarty might try another one.
The 0-1 pitch is fouled off behind the plate, and now McPartland's ahead in the count 0-2.
McCarty coming into the game hitting .241, 27 hits in 112 at-bats. He does have 5 sacrifice bunts, so he can put the bunt down when needed.
Ooh, and the 0-2 pitch just misses. A breaking ball a little bit high. A few of Dowling's middle infielders started walking off the field.
I'd say 7 out of the 9 players thought they were out of the inning. I think McCarty even thought he was out of the inning in that one.
He still has life, and now the 1-2 pitch is fouled off, and McCarty stays alive. And the ball is grounded to short, across the diamond for the third out. So the Lions tie it up on 1 hit and leave 1 runner on base. After 1.5 innings, the score is Molloy 1, Dowling 1.
Yeah, I'll take one. Thank you.
And Mike Richter steps to the plate here for Dowling to get us started in the bottom of the second inning. The first pitch from Bauer is swung on and missed. The 0-1 pitch is another inside fastball, but misses a little bit high, and the count's now 1-1.
Mike Richter making his 31st start of the year. .217 batting average with 14 runs driven in.
And he grounds the ball hard to third base. Nice play by Podell, who reaches to his left and fires across the infield for the first out.
A very nice play by the junior third baseman, Kevin Podell, taking away a hit from Richter. Coming to bat is the shortstop, Tyler Piccolo, who is the third leading hitter on the Golden Lions at .295.
And the first pitch from Bauer misses low and inside. And Piccolo's ahead in the count here, 1-0. Piccolo grounds the ball down the left field line, past Podell this time for a single. Nice play by Galanutis to come and cut that ball off and keep Piccolo on first base.
That ball was snuck just between the base and the outstretched glove of Podell. a one-out base runner for the Golden Lions as Chris Appel walks to the plate, looking to get things going for the... I'm sure he'll be looking to take advantage of the gaps as he is slugging at a .317 clip.
Bauer throws over to first and actually might have had Piccolo leaning a little bit, but he dives back into first safely.
Bauer's throw was in the turf over at first, and Nevada did the best he could to block it and keep it from getting away, allowing Richter to run over.
And another throw over to first, and Piccolo back in safely once again.
Bauer spending a lot of time with Piccolo over at first base.
The 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, evening the count at 1-1.
Piccolo is 7 for 10 on the bases and has not stolen a base since a game against Molloy April 29th earlier this year.
Piccolo was off on the pitch, but the slider hits Appel to put runners on first and second here with one out.
That'll be the 5th time that Chris Appel has been hit by a pitch this year, as Rob Costanza, the second baseman, he comes to the plate with 2 on and 1 out, looking to unbreak the tie here in the bottom of the second inning.
The first pitch to Costanzo is taken over the outside corner for strike one.
Costanzo comes into the game hitting .242, 4 doubles, a triple with 13 runs driven in.
The 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball high. It almost looks like McCarty was crossed up there again.
As the scoreboard currently reads 3-2. I'm not sure if they cleared it from the last at bat, but it is 1-1.
Costanzo fouls off the 1-1 pitch, moving the count to 1-2. Breaking ball misses low and away, moving the count to 2-2. Costanzo might have chased ball 3 there, but fouls it off, keeping the count at 2-2.
Costanzo doing what he's supposed to do as the number 9 hitter, seeing a lot of pitches and making Bauer work.
And a great play by Hensley to rob Costanzo of a hit.
And possibly 2 RBIs.
Probably would have scored a run there. But that's a second out, and runners move over to second and third. And we head to the top of the lineup with Tim Going coming to the plate.
We mentioned earlier that Hensley, this will be his 21st game playing on the infield, just his 5th start, and he made a spectacular play, diving to his left, getting to his feet, and throwing out Costanzo, saving 1, if not 2, runs, and a base hit for Costanzo. 2 outs with the top of the lineup coming up.
And the first pitch to Going is a breaking ball in the dirt, or the turf here at Golden Lions Field. And McCarty makes a nice stop to keep the runner at third.
McCarty has allowed just 7 pass balls this year, so he's able to keep things in front of him behind the dish. A great defensive wall back there for the Lions.
Going swings through the fastball, evening the count at 1-1.
Looked like Bauer really reached back and got something extra on that one. Fastball in the outside corner, and he evens the count at 1.
Going fouls off the 1-1 pitch. And now Bauer is one strike from getting out of this little jam here in the second inning.
Going was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, looking to make the Lions pay here.
And he laces that one to left field, and it's off the fence. 2 runs will score, and Going trots into second with a double. He just missed a home run. That one hit about 3/4 of the way up the left field fence.
Tim Going drives in his 23rd and 24th runs of the year, and that ball was probably about a 1.5 feet away from being gone over the left field fence. Not the spot that you're looking for Ronnie Bauer. That ball was up and in, and Tim Going just ripped it to left field off the fence. 2-run score, and it's a 3-1 game for the Golden Lions.
And the inning continues here with Kenny Philzame coming to the plate for Dowling. The first pitch is a breaking ball. Molloy asks if he goes, and the first base umpire says no. So Ames is ahead. Philzame is ahead in the count here, 1-0.
And for Bauer, this will be just the 3rd time all year he has given up more than 1 earned run in an entire game. And we're only here in the bottom of the second inning.
Philzame swings through a fastball there, so now the count's 1-1. Philzame takes low, moving the count to 2-1 now in his favor.
There must be something against these Golden Lions, because in his last outing, he threw 7 innings, gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits, was not saddled with a decision. The team did lose the game 4-3, but it was against these Golden Lions that he had one of his lesser outings of the year.
And that was actually a matchup with Cody McPartland as well, and McPartland went the distance even with those 3 runs allowed. So it counts 3-1 now here, and Philzame works the walk, putting runners on first and second with 2 outs. And RJ Going will step to the plate here. And it looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound for Bauer from one of Molloy's assistant coaches.
That was Philzame's just his 3rd walk of the year. He is getting on base at a .326 clip. He is 5 for 5 in stolen base attempts with a runner ahead of him. We'll see if the Dowling Golden Lion coaches put things in motion here. 2 outs in the bottom half of the second inning. Coach is heading back to the dugout. Players returning to their positions. And RJ Going, who is 0 for 1 so far in this game, steps up. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, 3-1 ball game here in the bottom of the second inning.
Going is 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded to third his first time up. And here's the first pitch. And a little jam shot off the hands. That might drop, and it does. An RBI single. Oh. Going actually hustles into second with a double, driving in a run to bring the score to 4-1 here in the bottom of the second inning.
We'll see how they score that. That might have been a single and an advance on the throw because the throw went behind Going. We will see how the official score comes down. But nonetheless, a great job of hitting by RJ Going. Was able to muscle the ball into left field, into left center, and plate a run, putting the Golden Lions up 4-1. It will be ruled a double to left center for Going. That is his 15th double of the year and 23rd run driven in. Second and third now for Mike Rizzatello, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI.
And Rizzatello takes the first pitch, a breaking ball, low and away.
And In Rizzatello's first at bat, he smacked one into left center field over the head of the center fielder, Albert Gina, to drive in the Golden Lions' first run of the afternoon.
And the 1-0 pitch is low and away. So now Rizzatello has a hitter's count here at 2-0.
At 2-0, you're got to be sitting dead red for a fastball on the inside half of the plate. We'll see what Bauer comes with.
And it is a fastball, but it's up and away. So now 3-0 here for Rizzatello. And we'll see if Tom Caputo gives him the green light here on the 3-0 count. And it looks like he was taking all the way and takes the fastball right down the middle, moving the count to 3-1.
So far for the Golden Lions, 4 hits in just an inning and 2/3 of action. No team has had more than 7 hits off of Bauer this year.
And Rizzatello fouls one down the right field line. They were shading him to pull the ball, so that was a long run, and the right fielder couldn't get there. So now we have a full count here. Runners on second and third, 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. And the 3-2 pitch is taken high for ball 4 for Rizzatello. So now we have the bases loaded for Bobby Morse, and the Golden Lions have battered around here in the bottom of the second inning.
Bauer is laboring here in the second inning. 48 pitches through an inning and 2/3.
And Morse jumps on the first pitch and hits one deep to left center. And that is gone! A grand slam for Robert Morse. And the Golden Lions take an 8-1 lead in only the second inning.
That ball was crushed. I don't know if I've ever seen a ball hit that hard and that far. And these Golden Lions are pumped up, ready to go. Usually it's Bauer on the other end of it, shutting teams down, but these Golden Lions have jumped out. 8 runs, a 7 spot here in the second inning. And the Golden Lions are in control.
So just to show how rare this is for Bauer, he'd only given up 9 earned runs on the season before this game. He's already given up 8 here in an inning and 2/3.
These Golden Lions came to play. Not to say that Molloy hasn't, but there is a lot of life in that Dowling Golden Lion dugout right now.
And Mike Richter fouls that off, and the count now is 1-1. And there's still a lot of game left here. You know, Molloy could definitely mount a comeback, so they shouldn't get too down on themselves just yet. And Richter fouls that one off, and now Bauer's ahead in the count here, 1-2. And the breaking ball gets the inside part of the plate. And Richter doesn't like the call, but that is the 3rd strike. And finally ends the inning for Molloy. So the Golden Lions tack on 7 runs there to move their lead to 8-1 after 2 innings. We'll be right back with the top of the 3rd. This is our guy. Steve Good. I don't. Jackie will over there, though.
It's really choppy.
We move to the top of the third, and the Lions have the top of their lineup back up with Dylan Guzman at the plate, and he takes the first pitch breaking ball from McPartland for strike one.
Guzman was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat and then subsequently picked off at first base in the top of the first inning.
And they say he offered at that breaking ball low and away, so now McPartland's ahead in the count 0-2. That fastball's low and away. Counts now 1-2. One-two fastball just misses on the outside corner, evening the count at 2-2.
If you're just joining us, the Golden Lions put up a 7 spot in the bottom half of the second inning to take an 8-1 lead here as we head in the top of the third.
And Guzman hits a line drive to left field, and what a leaping catch by Tim Going. Wow. He got off his feet and made a outstanding leaping catch there in left field for the first out of the third inning.
These Golden Lions are playing possessed early on in this game. A grand slam, a heck of a leaping play out in left field. What more could you ask for as Kevin Podell steps to the plate?
And Podell lines the first pitch into the right center field gap. And RJ Going makes a nice play to cut that ball off and keep Podell at first.
A great piece of hitting by Podell. Got a fastball in the outside half. He stayed in and drove it to right center field. Another nice play out there by the outfield for Dowling as they limited Podell to just a single. And now one of the leading hitters in the ECC, Angelo Nevada, comes to the plate with a man on and one out.
Nevada walked his first time up and takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike one.
Podell just 0 for 2 on the bases so far this year and not a threat to run, although he does have decent speed.
Fastball low and in moves the count to 1-1. Change up over the outer part of the plate. Let's take it for a strike, and now Nevada's in the hole here, 1-2.
Now, if you're the Molloy Lions coaching staff, you were telling these guys to not be too aggressive. There's still plenty of time left in this game, but we will see how things go with McPartland, who looks to be settling into a groove here early in the third inning.
And the 1-2 pitch from McPartland is swung on and fouled away, so the count remains 1-2. And Nevada lines one down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. Let's see if a run scores here. Up against the fence. They are waving him home. And there's no throw at the plate. And Nevada slides safely back into second. He was thinking about taking third. But an RBI double from Angelo Nevada brings the Molloy Lions a little bit closer. The score now 8-2.
That is Nevada's 11th double, 32nd run driven in, and for Podell, that is his 36th run of the year. So a great job of hitting, turned on a fastball in the inside half and roped a double down the right field line. Nevada, who was looking to take third on the throw, but the throw was cut off, dove back into second base safely with the one-out double. Both of these teams are high-scoring teams. Dowling scores just over 5 runs a game, and Molloy just under 6.5 runs a game. So we will see if these two offenses keep going.
And Anthony Albergina steps to the plate and fouls off the first pitch. Albergina struck out looking his first time up. And the 0-1 pitch is way outside, evening the count at 1-1. Albergina, who's second in the ECC in RBI, would love to add another one here, bring Molloy a little bit closer. And takes the 1-1 offering for a strike, moving the count to 1-2.
What McPartland looks to be doing against Albergina is pitching backwards, starting him off with off-speed pitches, and then coming back with the fastball.
And there's another off-speed pitch, low and in, and Albergina offers it to that and strikes out for the second time in the game. Now there's 2 outs here in the top of the third.
He buried that one near the feet of Albergina, but he had already made up his mind that he was going to swing. Was unable to make contact with the ball as now number 3 comes to bat for Molloy. That is the shortstop, Brian Murphy.
Murphy struck out his first time up and takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. A little bit of an inside-out swing there from Murphy, and he fouls it off down the first baseline, moving the count to 1-1.
So far, out of the 8 outs that McPartland has recorded, 4 have been by the strikeout. A great job of being effective by McPartland so far early in this game.
And it looks like time was called right before that pitch. So no pitch there. The count's still 1-1. Another breaking ball is popped up into short center field, and the ball drops. That has to be ruled a single. And Nevada comes around to score. So an RBI single for Brian Murphy. And now Molloy trails 8-3.
Very interesting there. As soon as that ball was hit in the air, you heard the catcher yell, "Talk," as in, you guys better find out who's catching the ball. And nobody called it. The ball dropped in between 2 fielders for Dowling. Murphy's on with a single, and the Lions have another run.
It looked like they almost had a little bit of trouble with the sun there on that play.
It's very difficult because the center fielder is playing so deep because of how much space they have out there. The shortstop wasn't able to get there in time either, and that ball dropped in.
So Nicholas Gonchar comes to the plate. And Murphy takes off and steals second easily. Had a huge jump there on McPartland. Rizzatello tried all he could with the throw from his knees, but not enough to beat Murphy.
Murphy is now 26 of 29 on stolen bases, getting thrown out just 3 times this year. Really good job by Murphy on the base paths.
And Gonchar takes a breaking ball for strike 1, evening the count here at 1-1. And another breaking ball that Gonchar swings through, and now McPartland's ahead here in the count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is tapped to shortstop. Colo makes the running throw across the diamond in time for the 3rd out of the inning. But not before Molloy scores 2 runs to cut Dowling's lead to 8-3. We're through 3.5 here at the 2016 ECC Baseball Championships.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
And welcome back. We're in the bottom of the third inning, and we have a new pitcher for Molloy. Now on the mound is number 17, Seth Norman. This is his 9th appearance of the year. He has a 2-3 1-loss record and a 4.91 ERA.
Seth Norman coming over from Rochester Institute of Technology, where he spent his first 2 years as a college baseball player. He did have some Division I offers coming out of high school, but had to miss his senior year after Tommy John surgery. And he transferred over to Molloy after 2 years at RIT and is now pitching in the playoffs for the Lions.
So Norman's first pitch to Piccolo is on the outside corner for strike one.
He's a hard-throwing righty at a Plainview Old Bethpage JFK High School.
And that pitch is high and away for ball one, evening the count. The 1-1 pitch is grounded down the third base line. Podell picks and fires across the diamond for the first out.
A nice play deep in the hole for Podell. Made a strong throw over to Nevada, who was able to just have to jump up a little bit for the throw and come back down just in time to record the out. Norman threw 2 pitches, and he has got 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning.
That brings Chris Appel to the plate. His first time up, he was hit by a pitch and came around to score one of the Golden Lions' 7 runs in the bottom of the second inning. And he takes that first pitch for ball one. The 1-0 pitch is fouled away.
Pitching, excuse me, sorry, go ahead, Casey.
And Appel has a 1-1 count here.
These pitching styles are very different from Bauer to Norman now, as Norman is very slow and deliberate, as opposed to Bauer, who wanted to get the ball and go back and fire.
And an off-speed pitch is over the plate there for strike 2. And Norman's ahead in the count now, 1-2. Appel taps the ball to first base. Nevada fields and takes it himself for the second out. So that brings the number 9 hitter in the order for the Golden Lions up to the plate, Rob Costanzo. He grounded out to second base his first time up. And he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Norman just misses a little bit high and outside there, evening the count at 1-1. Costanzo fouls off the 1-1 pitch, and now Norman's ahead in the count once again at 1-2. That breaking ball is a little bit high, evening the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is over the inside corner. Costanzo does not like the call. He was jumping out of the way like he thought it might hit him. But that is strike 3 and the end of the inning for the Golden Lions. So they go down in order. And after 3 innings, the score here is 8-3, Dowling over Molloy.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
And welcome back to Golden Lions Field. We are in the top of the 4th inning in the first game of the ECC Baseball Championship. Dowling has an 8-3 lead over Molloy. And leading off for Molloy this inning is the left fielder Anthony Galanudis. He's 0 for 1 on the day after grounding out to first base. He squares the bunt but pulls back and takes strike 1 on the first pitch from Cody McPartland that inning. McPartland's 0-1 pitch is grounded up the middle. And Piccolo fields and throws across the diamond for the first out of the inning. McPartland almost caught that with his bare hand, and you have to think head coach Tom Caputo is glad that he didn't grab that with his bare hand.
Well, you know what's going to happen. You put your bare hand out there and nicks a finger, and then you get dinged up and you can't go out to pitch anymore. And that's really not what these Golden Lions are looking for, as McPartland looks to be settled in now with 1 out in the top half of the 4th inning.
And Ryan Hensley steps to the plate and takes the first pitch for a ball. Hensley had a single his first time up. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled to the right side, but out of play off the top of the dugout. So the count's now 1-1.
Now, if you're Cody McPartland, you're just looking to pitch to contact and get these hitters out with an 8-3 lead here in the 4th inning. Just get outs. That's all they're asking you to do.
And the 1-1 pitch is low and away. So 2-1 here to Hensley. And the 2-1 pitch is on the outside corner for strike 2. And the 2-2 pitch just misses. Rizzatello actually sprang out of his crouch to throw the ball around down to third base, but the umpire didn't agree, and now the count's full here to Hensley.
I'm pretty sure Hensley took a step towards the dugout also as well. So.
And Hensley chases ball 4, but fouls it off, and the count remains 3-2.
And you see after that pitch that Hensley swung at, he was asking the home plate umpire, was that up or was that in the zone? From our vantage point, I thought that ball was a little bit up, which would have been ball 4 when Lions would have had a runner on first.
The 3-2 offering is a breaking ball that hits Hensley in the helmet. He seems to be fine as he trots down to first base.
Trots. I think he got up and sprinted down the line there, showing that he was okay. Didn't want the training staff to come out and have to look at him.
So now we have 1 on and 1 out for Molloy here in the top of the 4th. And Jack McCarty stepping to the plate. McCarty's 0 for 1 on the day after grounding out to shortstop in the second inning. The first pitch to McCarty is a breaking ball, low and away, and he's ahead in the count 1-0.
Hensley is 0 for 1 on the bases in limited time, so we will see if Joe Fucarino looks to put anything in motion as the Lions, need to get runs. They need to get some runs in bunches here, trailing 8-3 in the top half of the fourth inning.
And the 1-0, and he did run on the pitch, and the ball skied to center field. And the ball seems to be carrying, but Appel tracks it down for the second out.
A great job of tracking that ball by Appel off the bat, as that ball looked like it was destined for the wall, but Appel was able to run it down in deep left center field to record the out. If you're Jack McCarty, that's just about all that you can put into a ball, and he really looked like he was shocked as that ball was settled into the glove of Appel, who made the catch on the run.
If you look at the flags out in center field, they seem to be whipping out towards left center, and we've seen a few balls that just carry out that way so far in the early going here. So Dowling Guzman in the top of the lineup is back up for the Lions, and he takes the first pitch for ball 1.
Guzman 0 for 1 and was hit by a pitch in the first inning so far against McPartland.
And he takes a pitch over the outside corner, evening the count at 1-1. Guzman is 0 for 1 on the day. He lined to left in the third inning and was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat to lead off the game.
McPartland already has picked off a runner, and he's keeping an eye on Hensley over at first.
And Hensley goes on the pitch. Rizzatello throws down, and the ball hops away from the second baseman, Costanzo. If he held on to that ball, they actually might have had a chance to get him, but that's a stolen base for Hensley.
Looked like Costanzo was trying to scoop the ball and tag him at the same time, and when he came up with the glove, the ball skipped under it, went into short right center field, not far enough away for Hensley, who slid into second to get up and go over to third.
So now there's a runner in scoring position here from Molloy, and Guzman fouls off the 2-1 pitch, moving the count to 2-2. And if they can get this run in, the lead would only be 4, and a lot of game left here. So the 2-2 pitch to Guzman is low and away, moving the count full.
Hensley is getting an incredible secondary lead over at third base. He's just about, I want to say, 45, 50 feet down the line. He might as well just steal third base.
And McPartland pauses to keep him a little closer this time. And the 3-2 delivery to Guzman is over the outside corner for strike 3. So that'll do it for the Lions here in the top of the fourth. And after 3.5, Dowling still leads 8-3.
They're my brothers, no matter who it is, freshman, senior, we come together and we'll battle for the person next to us.
My teammates are really what makes this experience so awesome. All the coaches really care about the athlete, but not just as an athlete. They care about their family life at home.
We believe that we offer the opportunity for a student athlete to compete at a very high level of athletics and also have the opportunity for a small, intimate type education.
They want to be a part of the path that you're going on.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We're back for the bottom of the fourth inning here in the first game of the ECC Baseball Championship. The winner of this game advances to the winner's bracket tomorrow at noon, while the loser has to play a 9 a.m. elimination game. weather permitting. And Norman's back out for a second inning of work from Molloy, and his first pitch to Tim Going is a strike.
Norman set down the Golden Lions in order on 12 pitches in his first inning of relief of Ronald Bauer, who started the game and ran into some trouble in the second inning.
And Going fouls that pitch off, so he's behind in the count 0-2.
Go ahead.
Going is 1 for 1 on the day. Had a 2-run double his last time up, and also walked and stole a base in the first inning. Fouls another pitch down the right field line out of play, and the count still is 0-2.
After the Golden Lions scored 1 in the bottom half of the first, they put up a 7 spot in the bottom of the second, and Seth Norman kept them off the board in the third, their first scoreless inning.
Norman was trying to get Going to chase there with the 0-2 offering in the dirt, but Going didn't bite, and now the count's 1-2. Going lines the breaking ball to center field for his second hit of the game. So the leadoff runner is on here for Dowling after Going single.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't it look like he just stuck out his bat on the outside half and popped up ball in the center field? I mean, that's a metal bat hit for you if I've ever seen one.
And that can be the difference between the metal and the wood. That one might have been a broken bat right into the shortstop's glove with the wood bat. But we're playing with metal for the first time in 9 years, and that's a hit for Going. And he's off on the first pitch. McCarty throws a second. Not in time. Going almost overslid the bag, but he held contact with his foot, and he's in there with his second stolen base of the game.
McCarty extremely quick behind the plate, a great transfer to his throwing hand, but the throw was just on the shortstop side of second base, allowing Going to dive in head first and keep a toe on the base, sliding in safely with a stolen base and a runner on second now with nobody out for the Golden Lions.
Kenny Phil Zame fouls off the pitch and is behind in the count 0-2. And you have to think Phil Zame here with the runner on second and nobody out is looking to hit something to the right side and get the runner over to third base.
Phil Zame, playing in just his 19th game, only has 5 runs batted in, but he doesn't need to drive him in. All he got to do is get the runner over to third base with less than 2 outs, as Norman's 0-2 pitch is high for a ball.
It almost looked like he tried to quick pitch him there and ended up having that offering up high.
Time is called as the second baseman Hensley now needs to tie his cleat. You don't see that too much at the older levels, but you got to do what you got to do.
So the 1-2 pitch to Phil Zame is taken for strike 3 on the inside corner.
Phil Zame did not seem to agree with that pitch, as he thought it might have been a little low and inside, as R.J. Going comes up to the plate.
So Phil Zame does not get the runner over to third, but there's still 1 out. Runner on second here for Going. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to third base in the first inning and hit an RBI double in the big second inning for the Golden Lions. Norman spins off the rubber, tries to keep Tim Going close at second base. And the first pitch to RJ Going is blown away and scooped by McCarty to keep Tim Going at second base. Lots of goings out there right now.
Oh, it's going. Going's RBI, RJ Going's RBI in the second inning was his 23rd of the year. Looking for his 24th to drive in his brother at second base.
And he fouls one down the right field corner, moving the count to 1-1.
There is a lot of space down the right field line, as the right fielder for Molloy, that is Gonchar. Nicholas Gonchar is playing well off the line. If RJ Going can put one down the right field line, he might be able to run over to the third base because there is a lot of space over there.
Norman spins off the rubber with no throw once again, trying to keep Tim going close to second base.
Is it okay to use them by their first names now because they're just going and going?
And Tim Going was running on the pitch, and brother RJ grounds to second base for the second out.
I really wish you would have said Tim Going is going. But nonetheless, RJ Going with a productive out, moving the runner to third with less than 2 outs now as Mike Rizzatello looks to get a big 2-out RBI.
And Rizzatello is 1 for 1 on the day. Had an RBI double in the first inning to get the scoring started for the Golden Lions, and walked and came around to score in the second. And the first pitch to Rizzatello is a ball on the outside part of the plate, so he's ahead in the count 1-0.
Seth Norman looking to put up the second straight 0 on the board for Molloy.
And Rizzatello fouls off the 1-0 offering, evening the count at 1-1.
Norman looking in with the 1-1 pitch. Kicks and deals, and it is sliced down the right field line. Foul. 1-2 count now for Norman against Rizzatello. Rizzatello, the catcher for the Golden Lions, came into the game hitting .349 and is 1 for 1 so far today. Norman kicks and deals, and the ball is popped up into center field. Albergina cruises over and makes the catch in right center field, and the side is retired. The Golden Lions are held scoreless here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. We head to the fifth. Dowling 8, Molloy 3.
Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world. All of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
And we're back here for the top of the fifth inning. The fourth inning was the first inning of the game where neither team scored a run. So Dowling still leading here 8-3 going into the fifth.
The Lions will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Kevin Podell leading off against Cody McPartland here in the top half of the fifth inning.
Podell's 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out his first time and lined a single to right field and came around to score in the third. The first pitch to Podell is a fastball in the inside corner taken for strike one. And the 0-1 pitch, another strike taken by Podell. And McPartland's ahead in the count here, 0-2.
So far, Podell has been unhappy with both strike calls, one on the inside, one on the outside corners.
And McPartland tried to get him a chase there. Low and away pitch. Missed, moving the count to 1-2. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, Podell's out in front, grounds it to third. Piccolo fields and fires across the diamond for the first out of the inning.
Well, that's what happens when you try to pull an outside pitch. Podell just rolled over, hit the ball to the shortstop, and Piccolo fired over to first to get the leadoff man as Angelo Navetta steps up to plate with one out.
Navetta, the leading hitter in the ECC, coming into play, is 1 for 1 today. He takes the first pitch low for ball 1. He walked his first time up and had an RBI double in the third. So the 1-0 pitch to Navetta is swung on and missed. Nice changeup there by McPartland.
Navetta's hit in his last at bat was his 71st of the year, an incredible season for the first baseman.
And he pops that one into left center field. And Going and Appel seemed to not really take charge to who was calling the ball, but Going makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Usually you see the guy who doesn't make the play go behind the fielder who's going to make the play, but in that case, Appel cruised over and went in front of Going in left field, and nonetheless, Going made the play.
So Anthony Albergina at the plate now. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking and 1 swinging so far this afternoon. And the 1-0 pitch to Albergina is a breaking ball taken for ball 2. So hitter's count here for Albergina.
Looked like McPartland really wanted that one. Left it just outside of the plate. And Albergina let it go.
And the 2-0 pitch is a perfect pitcher's pitch on the low outside corner for strike 1. So 2-1 count now here for Albergina. And he swings through that breaking ball, evening the count at 2-2. Albergina fouls off that fastball, staying alive, and count remains 2-2. Albergina pops that one up to third base. In foul territory, Morse makes the catch for the third and final out of the inning. So we're through 4.5 here at Golden Lions Field. And the score remains Dowling 8, Molloy 3.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
They're my brothers, you know, no matter who it is, freshman, senior, we come together and we'll battle for the person next to us.
My teammates are really what makes this experience so awesome. All the coaches really care about the athlete, but not just as an athlete. They care about their family life at home.
We believe that we offer the opportunity for a student athlete to compete at a very high level of athletics and also have the opportunity for a small, intimate type education.
They want to be a part of the path that you're going on.
Morse is leading off the bottom of the 5th inning here for Dowling. Last time up, Morse had a grand slam. And the first pitch to him is taken for a strike. Fires across the diamond for the first out. So Norman's done a nice job here since coming on for Bauer with 2 1/3 scoreless innings so far.
All you can really ask for out of a relief pitcher is to get outs and keep the other team off the board, and that's exactly what Norman has done here in the inning and 2 1/3 innings that he has thrown so far.
That brings Mike Richter to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day and takes a breaking ball. First pitch for ball 1. And it's especially big for Norman after the Lions ace, Ronald Bauer, was hit around for 8 runs in 2 innings. And that pitch to Richter is taken over the outside corner for strike 1. So the count's even here at 1-1.
Norman is doing exactly what he's been asked to do, get outs and keep the other team off the board. And so far, the Dowling Golden Lions have been unable to figure the arm action out of Norman as he threw another pitch right by Michael Richter. It is now 1-2.
And Richter fouls off the 1-2 pitch. And Norman pulled the string on that one. Had Richter way out in front and waved at that for strike 3. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
Richter looked really bad on that in that at-bat, and Norman struck him out for the second time this afternoon.
So that brings the shortstop Tyler Piccolo to the plate. He's 1 for 2 so far today. And he grounds the first pitch to shortstop. And Murphy fields and fires across the diamond. So another quick 1-2-3 inning for Norman. And after 5 full, the score remains Dowling 8, Molloy 3 here at the ECC Baseball Championship.
I'm Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world. All of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
Stormin' Norman.
You know where Bob is?
What does he want Bob for?
He's here somewhere. Over there.
Thank God. How about Rick missing the regional?
And we head to the top of the 6th. Leading off the inning here for Molloy is Brian Murphy. Murphy's 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a strikeout, a single, and a stolen base. And the first pitch for McPartland's is over the plate for strike 1.
So, after scoring a combined 11 runs in the first 3 innings of play, both teams have failed to score in the 4th. And Seth Norman kept the Golden Lions off the board in the 5th. We now head to the 6th inning with an 8-3 score.
So after Murphy tried to bunt for a hit and missed for strike 2, he takes that 0-2 offering from McPartland's low and away for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch is popped up into foul territory. And Richter makes the play for the first out here of the 6th inning.
I didn't know I was doing that. McPartland working fast, getting outs, and with an 8-3 lead, that's all you're looking for.
So Nicholas Gonchar steps to the plate, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. Gonchar is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He reached on an error and grounded to short. The 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball on the inner half of the plate, and he flies that one out to center field. But Appel makes a nice running catch for the second out. So two quick outs here for McPartland to start the 6th inning.
I'm going to tell you something. Appel can go track down a fly ball. That is the second ball that he has been able to run down after they put some power behind it. One to his left and now one to his right. A great job by Appel out there in center field.
So Anthony Gallanuda steps to the plate, and the first pitch to him is over the inner half of the plate for a strike. Gallanuda is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He grounded to first and grounded to short. And he swings through the 0-1 breaking ball and is now behind the count 0-2.
Some great arm action by McPartland on that one as he pulled the string, put some little spin on it, and a breaking ball was nicely thrown.
And he comes back with the same pitch, and Gallanuda swings through it once again for strike 3. So quick 1-2-3 inning there for McPartland. And after 6.5, the score remains Dowling 8, Molloy 3.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
They don't have it in the line score.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And welcome back here to Golden Lions Field on this beautiful afternoon. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here, and Chris Appel is leading it off for the Golden Lions.
Seth Norman starting his 4th inning of relief for the Lions.
And Appel fouls off the first pitch. He is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. He was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the 2nd inning, and he also grounded out to first base in the 3rd. He takes that breaking ball low and counts now 1-1. And Appel fouls that one straight back and is now behind the count 1-2.
In Norman's 3+ innings of work now, he has allowed just 1 hit, struck out 3. So he has done a great job out of the bullpen.
Ooh. And Appel lines that one right back up the middle. Norman just gets out of the way. And that's a leadoff single for Appel.
Not only did he just get out of the way, but that ball missed being caught by inches. As Norman defensive reaction was to put his glove up near his face, and it just went over the top of it for a line drive single into center field. And just as I mentioned that Norman only gave up 1 hit, he gives up a leadoff hit here in the top half of the 6th.
So that brings Rob Costanzo to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. And he squares the bunt, gets the bunt down. Norman thinks about throwing to second base, but takes the out at first. So that's a sacrifice bunt for Costanzo.
It seemed like Norman stumbled a little bit as he caught that ball off to the first base side of the mound. If he had fielded it cleanly, he might have had a chance at second base to get the lead runner, but nonetheless, it is a sacrifice bunt for Costanzo. Appel moves up to second base, and the Golden Lions have a runner in score position with 1 out, leading 8-3 in the top half of the 6th.
So that turns the lineup over to the top of the lineup, and Tim Going. Going is 2 for 2 on the afternoon with a double, 2 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases.
A very productive day from the leadoff hitter for the Golden Lions. He gets on base, he steals a base, he scores runs, and he's even driven into, so not much more you can ask for out of the number 1 hitter, Tim Going.
And the 1-0 pitch to him is taken on the inner half of the plate for strike 1. And the 1-1 from Norman is fouled away off to the right side. So Going in the count in the hole now, 1-2.
You see Appel is dancing off second base, trying to draw the attention of Norman, who he himself has settled into a little bit of a groove after that leadoff single, recording the out on the sacrifice bunt, and now ahead 1-2 against Tim Going.
And Going jumps out of the way of the inside pitch, and the count's now even at 2-2. It wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world if Appel did take off for third. Dowling's one of the most aggressive base-stealing teams in all Division II. They come into the tournament ranked 15th in Division II in stolen bases. And Going swings through that pitch for strike 3. So 2 outs here, and still a runner on second base for Kenny Philzane.
That'll be Norman's 4th strikeout on the afternoon in 3 2/3 innings out of the bullpen. He has done a great job so far, keeping the Golden Lions off the board and giving the Lions of Molloy a chance to come back, trailing 8-3 with 2 outs now in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
And Norman spins off the rubber, thinks about throwing to second, but Appel scampers back in with no throw.
Appel is 8 for 11 on the year in stolen bases, and he's got the attention of Norman.
And the ball's in the dirt, and good base running by Appel, who takes third base on the wild pitch.
Not your textbook blocking job by Jack McCarty, as he seemed to want to backhand that ball and scoop it up instead of get down and block it, have it come off his chest protector, and Appel read the ball in the turf and was able to scamper over to third base to put another runner in scoring position.
And that pitch misses up and in. Kenny Philzane just gets out of the way. And now he has a 2-0 count here with 2 outs and a runner on third.
The Lions are playing Phil's aim to pull the ball with the shortstop in the hole towards the left side.
And he gets a pitch to hit, but swings through it. And the count's now 2-1.
Looked like Phil Zane wanted to put that ball in the softball field over the left center field fence. He gave a mighty swing on that one, but came up empty and is still ahead in the count 2-1 now.
And he grounds the ball hard to second base, but Hensley makes a nice play for the third and final out of the inning. So Dowling strands a runner at third, but still leads 8-3 as we head to the top of the 7th in the ECC Baseball Championship.
They're my brothers, no matter who it is, freshman, senior, we come together and we'll battle for the person next to us.
My teammates are really what makes this experience so awesome. All the coaches really care about the athlete, but not just as an athlete. They care about their family life at home.
We believe that we offer the opportunity for a student athlete to compete at a very high level of athletics and also have the opportunity for a small, intimate type education.
They want to be a part of the path that you're going on.
Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world, all of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
So we head to the 7th inning, and Dowling has an 8-3 lead over Molloy. And Cody McPartland heads back out to the mound in the 7th inning, even though he hit the 100-pitch mark there in the bottom of the 6th. Leading off from Molloy is Ryan Hensley, and he takes the first pitch from McPartland for strike one.
McPartland has scattered 4 hits in his 6 innings, given up 2 earned runs so far with 6 strikeouts.
And Hensley fouls that one off to the right side and out of play. So McPartland ahead in the count, 0-2.
Wouldn't be surprised to see some action in the Dowling bullpen if McPartland runs into trouble here in the 6th inning with a high pitch count.
And Hensley swings through that one for strike 3. So another strikeout for McPartland to start the 7th.
That'll be 7 for McPartland through 6 1/3 innings. A great job by the righty as Jack McCarty steps up to the plate for the Lions.
McCarty's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. And he swings at the first pitch. Hits a ball hard to shortstop. And a nice play by Tyler Piccolo on the diving stop. Gets up and fires across the diamond for the 2nd out.
Piccolo showing off a cannon of an arm over there as he laid out full extension in the hole, got to his feet, and threw an absolute rocket to first base. A great job by Piccolo to retire McCarty.
That brings up Dylan Guzman in the top of the order for the Lions. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Struck out his last time up, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. And that one's up high, evening the count at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is low and inside. So now Guzman's ahead in the count 2-1. McPartland spins a breaking ball over for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. And Guzman swings and hits a high pop-up. Rizzatello is under it, right in front of the plate, and he makes the catch for the 3rd and final out. So we're through 6 1/2 here in Shirley, with the Golden Lions leading 8-3. Get up and stretch. We head to the bottom of the 7th right after this.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. the East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we are back for the bottom of the 7th inning, with the Golden Lions leading 8-3. RJ Going is leading off here for Dowling this inning. 1 for 3 on the afternoon, with the one hit being an RBI double in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch from Norman is right over the plate for strike 1. So Norman's still out there. This is his 5th inning of relief. And he just misses with a breaking ball. So now the count's even at 1-1.
Over Norman's 4 innings so far, he's allowed 2 hits and struck out 4 with 7 groundouts, 1 flyout. A great job by the righty so far for the Lions.
And that one misses low and inside, so going ahead in the count now, 2-1.
Norman has given his team a chance to get back in this game, but Cody McPartland has been his match so far.
And Norman clips the inside corner with that pitch. So the count 2-2 here to Going to start the 7th inning. And the 2-2 pitch is fouled away. So Going stays alive. Just gets a piece of that one. And a 2-2 pitch. Just misses with a breaking ball. So the count runs full here to Going. And another foul ball by Going, so the count remains 3-2. And Going works a leadoff walk, so a nice at bat there by Going. And the Golden Lions have the leadoff runner on here to start the 7th.
Get a visit from the Molloy coaching staff to the mound. Might be seeing that Seth Norman is running into a little bit of a wall here, as his pitch count has been rising in his 4+ innings of relief for the Lions.
Norman had only thrown 29 1/3 innings to date on the year. So maybe getting a little tired here, as he hasn't had probably too many long outings throughout the course of the season.
We can see that there is action in the Molloy bullpen. We just can't see who it is due to the first base side dugout being right in our line of sight. So if there will be a pitching change, we will give it to you as soon as we get that information. But as of now, it'll be Norman against Rizzatello with nobody out in an 8-3 ball game, as Norman snaps a throw over to first base and Going dives back in ahead of the tag.
Rizzatello is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. The Golden Lions leading hitter coming into the tournament. He had an RBI double in the first inning. And the first pitch is taken inside for ball 1. Norman fires over to first again, but Going slides back in safely. And the 1-0 to Rizzatello is taken for strike 1, even in the count. So Rizzatello's been an RBI machine so far this season for the Golden Lions. He missed some time due to injury, and coming into today had 29 RBIs in just 30 games played. And it added one this afternoon already, too. And the 1-1 pitch. Going takes off. And he's gunned down by McCarty on the play. So he had a perfect pitch to throw on. It was a high and outside pitch, almost like a pitch out. And he guns down Going for the first out of the inning.
A great job by Hensley. That ball was to the shortstop side of second base. He caught it and quickly put the tag on Going to record the out. Now Rizzatello faces a 2-1 count.
And Rizzatello is plunked by that pitch. Looked like it got him on the arm or wrist. He seems to be okay, but slowly taking off his batting gloves at first base. So another runner on for the Golden Lions, and that brings Bobby Morse to the plate. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon, but the one was the big grand slam in the Golden Lions' 7-run second inning.
With that home run, Morris ties Chris Appel for the team lead in home runs with 2 on the year.
So here's the 0-1 to Morse, and he takes that over the outer half for strike 2. So he's in the hole here now, 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch is taken for a ball. Snap throw down to first by McCarty, but Rizzatello's back in safely.
Rizzatello had taken a couple of steps towards second base, but thought better of it, stopped, and retreated as McCarty with a snap throw to first. Rizzatello diving in ahead of the tag of Nevada.
And despite being a catcher, Rizzatello is a threat to run. He has 19 stolen bases in 20 attempts so far this season.
I resent that. Catchers are some of the best base runners because they have great instincts.
Assuming you were a catcher at some point in your career.
I was, and the knees didn't hold up, but you know what? You could steal some bases just because you're able to read the pitcher better than a lot of people because you see them on a pitch-to-pitch basis.
So here's the 1-2 to Morse. Is high and outside, evening the count at 2-2.
One of the things that I like that Norman is doing is he's using a modified slide step. It wouldn't be your quick and straight delivery to the plate, but he is getting a little bit of a leg kick and delivering to the plate, keeping Rizzatello short over at first baseman. He's keeping him honest also by stepping off and varying his looks to the plate and throwing over every once in a while. So far for Rizzatello at first, he seems to be a little uncomfortable.
with Norman on the mound.
And Rizzatello's off on the pitch, but fouled away by Morse.
It seemed like a hit and run was on there, and Morse didn't hold up his end of the bargain. Rizzatello might have had that base stolen if he had let that ball go through.
So another 2-2 pitch coming here to Morse. And Norman deals. And Morse can't check his swing and goes down on strikes. So that's the second out here in the 7th inning. And that brings Michael Richter to the plate.
Can't keep stating how great of a job that Norman has been doing out of the bullpen. He has allowed some runners on base, but he hasn't allowed them to come around to score, and he is really giving the Lions a chance, at least offensively, to stay in this game. And we saw a 7-run inning in the 2nd inning, and who knows what's in store for the game later on. So Norman keeping the Lions in the game, keeping the Golden Lions off the board. A great job by the righty in his 4 2/3 innings of relief so far.
The first pitch to Richter is fouled off. So Norman's ahead in the count once again. Richter's 0 for 3 so far in the afternoon. Grounded to third in the 2nd. And actually struck out in the 2nd. So he made 2 outs in that big 2nd inning.
Don't you hate that?
And he also struck out in the 5th. He grounds this one to short. Murphy thinks about going the short way, but throws across the diamonds for the 3rd and final out. So we're through 7 here at Golden Lions Field. And Dowling has an 8-3 lead. We head to the top of the 8th at the ECC Baseball Championship.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
They're my brothers, no matter who it is, freshman, senior, we come together and we'll battle for the person next to us.
My teammates are really what makes this experience so awesome. All the coaches really care about the athlete, but not just as an athlete. They care about their family life at home.
We believe that we offer the opportunity for a student athlete to compete at a very high level of athletics and also have the opportunity for a small, intimate type education.
They want to be a part of the path that you're going on.
And we're back for the top of the 8th. Cody McPartland's still out there for Dowling. He's thrown 110 pitches so far today. And we do have a change. We have a new third baseman for the Golden Lions. Dan Farina is into the game for Bobby Morse.
You got to think that's a defensive substitution because he's had just one error with 10 putouts and 32 assists, a .977 fielding percentage for Farina. Seeing some action here late in the game for the Golden Lions. As McPartland gets behind Kevin Podell 2-0 with 2 straight balls low and out of the zone.
here to lead off the top half of the 8th inning.
And that one hits the inner part of the plate for strike one. So 2-1 count here to Podell. And that one's low and away, so now 3-1 count. Hitter's count here for Podell. And you have to wonder if the Golden Lions will start thinking about warming someone up with McPartland's pitch count getting up high. And that one's over the outer half. Run the count full here to Podell to start the 8th inning. Podell laces that one down the left field line, and it's fair. He's rounding first, heading to second as the ball gets down into the corner. And a leadoff double for Kevin Podell.
There were a couple of close pitches there, and Podell might have been on first if it was a different home plate umpire with a walk, but I think he'll take a leadoff double to start the 8th inning instead, as one of the conference's leading hitters, Angelo Nevada, comes to the plate looking to drive in Podell and cut this lead in half to make it 8-4.
So the heart of the order coming up for the Lions as Nevada steps into the box. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon with an RBI double and a walk. And we're starting to see some action down in the Golden Lions bullpen. Can't see who, but someone is starting to throw down there.
Looks like a lefty for the Golden Lions. It'll be interesting to see how they use that because they have a lefty batter coming up right now.
And Nevada swings at the first pitch and hits it deep to right field, but foul.
Well, I think McPartland realized I can't throw that pitch again, so let's see if he resets and takes a different approach against Nevada, who crushed that ball down the right field line.
So the 0-1 offering is tapped to second base. And he is safe. We'll have to see how that's hit or scored. But Costanzo took his time and spiked the ball into the grounds. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking there, but now the Golden Lions have runners on first and third with nobody out here to start the 8th.
Well, you see what happened was the first baseman, Richter, traveled over to see if he can get the ball, but realized a little bit too late that he couldn't get over there. And by the time that the second baseman, Costanzo, was ready to throw the ball, he wasn't there yet. So Costanza had to rush it and spiked it. And they're going to score that as a throwing error on the second baseman. Podell advances to third. So we got first and third with nobody out.
And Anthony Albergina's up to the plate here. He just took that last pitch for a strike, so the count's 1-1. And the 1-1 offering is tapped to second base again. And this throw nearly pulls Richter off the bag. But they do get the out, and a run scores for the Golden Lions. So that's an RBI, or the Lions, excuse me. And that's an RBI ground out for Anthony Albergina.
And you're going to get a visit from the Golden Lion coaching staff, as things have not been going as planned in this top half of the 8th inning for the Golden Lions. Richter might have even been spiked over there at first base as he took a tumble after recording the out. McPartland up to 121 pitches so far for the Golden Lions. There is action in the bullpen, but if you're head coach Tom Caputo, you want to stick with your ace, and that is McPartland.
So he's leaving McPartland in there. McPartland has been a workhorse for the Golden Lions so far this season. He was second in the league with 78 innings pitched coming into today, and also had 3 complete games, including the last time out against these Molloy Lions. So Brian Murphy up with a runner on second and 1 out here in the 8th inning. Murphy's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. And he bunts and fouls that off himself, but he was in the box, so that's only a strike. If he had been out of the box, it would have been out.
The umpire emphatically stating that he was in the box despite the yelling from the Dowling bench that he was out the box, but nonetheless, Murphy fouls off the bunt, and it is 0-1 with a runner on second.
So here's the 0-1 to Murphy, low and away, evening the count at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch from McPartland is a breaking ball, fouled off to the right side. A lot of room over there. We'll see if this one stays in play. It does. But Richter had trouble with the sun, and that ball falls in for a strike. So 1-2 count here to Murphy.
Richter's having a tough inning over there at first base so far. Ball was spiked to him in the dirt, throwing error. The ball, he was spiked at first base on the next batter, and he just lost the ball in the sun down the right field line. So a tough inning for Richter at first base. Hopefully that the Golden Lions can stay on top here.
And a change up there to Murphy that he swings through. So a big strikeout for McPartland. So now there's 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Runner still at second base. Nicholas Gonchar coming to the plate. And the first pitch to Gonchar is low and away, stopped by Rizzatello. So 1-0 to Gonchar.
Gonchar is tied for third on the team so far with 30 runs driven in this year. One of four Lions that have driven in 30 runs this year.
1-0 pitch is low for ball 2, so hitters count here for Gonchar. Gonchar is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Reached on an error, grounded out to short, and flew out to center. And the 2-0 pitch is a breaking ball in the inner half of the plate for strike 1.
Seemed like Gonchar really gave up on that one as the ball was on the inner half, and he thought it might have been off the plate, but nonetheless, McPartland froze him. A great pitch on 2-0.
McPartland takes a long look at the runner on second. Delivers. And Gonchar beats it out for an infield single.
That was a tough play for Tyler Piccolo over at short, as it wasn't hit hard at all, and a great job by the runner Gonchar to hustle out and realize that he could beat that throw, and that's exactly what he did, as now we have first and third and 2 outs with Anthony Galanudis coming up to bat for the Lions. A hit here would make it an 8-5 game and cut the deficit even more.
Galanudis swings at the first pitch, and it's through to right field for a single. So another run on the board for the Lions, and Dowling's now leads 8-5. 2 runners on still here for Molloy with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. And it looks like that's going to be it for McPartland. So we have a pitching change coming up. We will be right back with that change and the rest of the top of the 8th inning.
I'm Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world. All of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
So the new pitcher for Dowling is Dominic Donetti. This is his 12th appearance on the year. Comes into today with a 1-6 record and a 5.67 ERA in 33 1/3 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts, and a 282 batting average against. It's a little bit of a different look for Dowling with the lefty on the mound. And it also looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Molloy.
That'll be number 18, Elijah Leardom, who has played in 30 games, making 8 starts. This will be his 31st game. 352 on the year. He has scored 5 runs, hit 5 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. He's also driven in 16 runs, doing mostly pinch hit duties for the Lions and Coach Joe Fucarino. And he is tasked right now with keeping the 8th inning alive. It is an 8-5 ball game. The Lions already have 2 runs in the 8th inning, 2 outs and 2 on. And Leardom, who, from what he looks like a really strong kid up at the plate right now.
So the first pitch from Donetti is low and in the dirt. Nice block by Rizzatello. And that's an interesting fact you just mentioned, that he's played in 30 games. Leardom has played in 30 games, only 8 starts, and 16 runs batted in. That's kind of an interesting stat to have 16 runs batted in, only 8 starts. And he fouls off the 1-0 pitch. So Donetti evens up the count at 1-1.
Like I said, he has done a lot of pinch hitting, having just 1 at bat in most of the games that he's played. He did start in a couple of games against the LIU Post Pioneers, where he went 1 for 3. But since then, he has been just merely a bench player and a pinch hitter for Joe Fucarino.
So Leardom fouls off another pitch, and Donetti's ahead in the count here, 1-2, with 2 outs and 2 runners on in the top of the 8th inning.
Interesting that he did not start in a game against the St. Thomas Aquinas Spartans, but had 4 at-bats. I'm not sure what the situation there was, but...
And Donetti just missed on that 1-2 pitch. The crowd wanted the umpire to punch him out, but Leardom stays alive, and the count's 2-2 here. And the 2-2 pitch from Donetti is lined to right center field, and the third base coach holds up the runner at third base, so the bases are now loaded. And the number 9 hitter, Jack McCarty, coming to the plate for Molloy. So big moment in this game, bases loaded. Gonchar singled, Galanutis singled, and Leardom singled to load the bases for Molloy, and they trail by 3. And the first pitch to McCarty is over the plate for strike 1.
McPartland is responsible for the runners on second and third. So we will see if Donetti can shut down the 2 inherited runners that he has had with McCarty at the plate.
And an off-speed pitch had McCarty way out in front. So 0-2 now. Donetti's ahead in the count.
McCarty entered the game hitting just .241 with 14 runs driven in as the everyday catcher from Molloy.
And with an 0-2 count, Donetti hits McCarty to bring in another run for Molloy.
And that'll turn the lineup over to Dowling Guzman, who has 30 RBIs on the year. He also has 8 doubles, 4 triples, a very quick runner, and 2 home runs, He is hitting over 330 this season, and this is not the situation that you want to be in for Dinetti, but he does have a win-loss record of 1-6 and a high ERA, so I'm not sure if the Dowling bullpen is very strong at the moment, but you put a guy in who has not had much success this year in a spot where he needs to have success, and so far things aren't going the right way for the Golden Lions.
So Dowling Guzman comes to the plate and takes the first pitch for a strike. And you'd have to think a base hit would probably tie the game up here, and not many people would have thought that too likely when we were back in the second inning. But Molloy now trails 8-6, and what a play by the third baseman. Guzman hit that really hard, but the defensive replacement, Dan Farina, makes a diving stop, gets up, and steps on third base for the third and final out of the inning. Big, big moment. Circle that one in your books as the Golden Lions maintain the lead, but Molloy cuts into the lead and now trails 8-6 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
So a few changes here for Molloy as we head to the bottom of the 8th. On the mound for the Lions now is number 27, Lucas Burton.
Okay, 9 went to center.
This will be his 19th appearance on the season. He's 2-1 with a 4.66 ERA, 19 and a third inning pitch with 24 strikeouts. Leading off for Dowling is Tyler Piccolo, and he takes the first pitch high and away for ball 1. We also have a new catcher for Molloy. That's number 20, Michael Wall. And Jack McCarty, who was catching, moved to second base. So a 2-0 count here to Piccolo. And he takes a 2-0 pitch for a strike.
So Burton has been exclusively a reliever. This is his 19th appearance with 0 starts.
And Piccolo pops out one straight up. And the third baseman, Padel, makes a play in foul territory for the first out.
That's exactly what you're looking for. If you're Lucas Burton, you want to get that first batter out. And that's exactly what he did. And number 14 now, Appel, is coming to the plate for the Golden Lions. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
You mentioned how Burton is strictly a reliever. He was actually second in the ECC in appearances, as Chris Appel fouls off first pitch from Burton. And he is actually second behind his teammate, Sean Klosh, who has 20. The 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball outside, evening the count at 1-1 to Appel.
Interesting to note that Burton has thrown 19 1/3, now 19 2/3 innings in 18 appearances, so he's basically been a one-inning guy for Coach Joe Fucarino.
That pitch narrowly misses Appel. Run the count to 2-1. Appel swings through a fastball, evening the count at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is fouled away by Appel to stay alive. Another foul ball down the left field line, as the count remains 2-2. And Appel takes that one for strike 3. He wasn't very happy with the call. But that one hit the outside corner, and Burton sends him down for the second out.
Great job behind the plate by Michael Wall as he was able to pull that ball just inside of the outside half, and a great job, great presentation, and Burton gets the call. 2 down here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
So Rob Costanzo comes to the plate with 2 outs here for Dowling, and he fouls away the first pitch. Costanzo is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Grounded to second, struck out looking, and had a sacrifice bunt. And they say he offered at that breaking ball down and in, and is now behind the count 0-2.
Burton making quick work so far of these Golden Lions as he looks to give his team a chance to tie it or go ahead in the top half of the 9th inning, needing just 1 strike now to turn the lineup over to his offense.
And that one's grounded to second base, fielded by McCarty and flipped over to first base. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Golden Lions. So after 8, Dowling holds an 8-6 lead, and we'll come back for the top of the 9th and see if Dowling can hold on and win this opening game of the ECC Baseball Championship.
They're my brothers, no matter who it is, freshman, senior, we come together and we'll battle for the person next to us.
My teammates are really what makes this experience so awesome. All the coaches really care about the athlete, but not just as an athlete. They care about their family life at home.
We believe that we offer the opportunity for a student athlete to compete at a very high level of athletics and also have the opportunity for a small, intimate type education.
They want to be a part of the path that you're going on.
And we are back for the top of the 9th. New pitcher for Dowling. Andrew Sesto enters the game. This is his 13th appearance on the year. Currently holds a 1-2 one-loss record with 1 save, 5.51 ERA, over 32 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 45 hits and struck out 19 batters. So he's coming on for the save attempt here and see if he can put the Golden Lions into the winner's bracket of the ECC Championship.
Sesto is a large figure out on the mound. He is very tall, stocky, throws pretty hard, So we will see how the Lions will approach him, as they will have leading off for them Kevin Podell, after Dalen Guzman made the last out of the inning in the top half of the 8th.
And if you're Molloy, you couldn't ask for a better part of your lineup to be coming up in the 9th inning, trailing 2, as they have their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up here in the 9th.
Absolutely, and so far Podell is 2 for 4, Nevada 1 for 3. Albergina struggling a little bit at 0 for 4, but nonetheless, these are the guys that you want coming up. If you're faced with heading to the losers bracket or extending this game, that's what these Lions are going to try to do here with Podell, who is leading off the top half of the 9th inning in Game 1 of the 2016 ECC Baseball Championship.
And Podell takes the first pitch from Sesto for strike 1. Podell's 2 for 4 on the afternoon with a single and a double. His double started the little rally in the top of the 8th. And the 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball taken low for ball 1. And that's a single up the middle to start the 9th for Molloy. And the 3rd hit of the game for Kevin Podell.
A great job out of your 2-hitter, 3 for 5 on the afternoon. And you really couldn't ask for anything more out of the number 2 hitter in the lineup, as he is setting the table so far for one of the ECC's leading hitters. We've been saying it all day, Angelo Nevada. Nevada coming in so far is 1 for 3 on the afternoon.
Nevada swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. And Sesto's ahead in the count, 0-1.
So back-to-back first pitch strikes for Sesto. That's what you're looking for if you're the reliever for the Golden Lions.
So that ball is outside, and it skips off the glove of Rizzatello. We'll have to see if that scored a wild pitch or a pass ball. But Podell moves on to second base and takes away the double play chance for the Golden Lions. Nevada, who's now the tying run at the plate, is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He had an RBI double in the 3rd. He also reached on an error, flew out to left, and walked in his 4 plate appearances today.
He also leads the team with 3 home runs. And a home run right now would tie the game as he swings and fouls off the 1-1 offering, making it a 1-2 count with Podell at second base.
And Sesto sets and delivers the 1-2 pitch. And that is a line drive caught by Sesto. And they just missed turning the double play as Piccolo drops the ball. I think he might have actually had him at second base if he didn't drop the ball. But Sesto with a, look what I found, catch of the liner by Nevada.
I don't even know how to explain that. He stuck his glove out. That ball looked like it was destined for center field and maybe a run. Stuck out his glove, caught it, turned, and threw to shortstop. He led Piccolo to the base, and Piccolo looked like he took his eye off just as the ball got to the glove, looking to step on the base at the same time, and dropped it. And Podell was able to slide in safely. And Albergina steps up to the plate, looking to extend this game. It is a 2-run ball game with 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning.
Albergina's 0 for 4 on the afternoon, but he does have an RBI in his last at-bat. And the first pitch to him is way outside. So the tying run still at the plate here for Molloy. And the 1-0 pitch is taken low and inside for ball 2. So now a hitter's count here for Albergina. He's got to be looking for something really good to hit with the 2-0 count.
Absolutely. You're not going to want to chase anything if you're the batter. And if if you're Sesto, you're not going to want to give him too much to hit because he does have power and he is a very, very strong hitter.
That's a great pitch there by Sesto. Fastball in the outer half of the plate. Not something that Albergina was looking to drive there with the 2-0 count. So now it counts 2-1. And Sesto delivers. Pitch outside for strike 2. And Albergina did not seem to agree with the umpire's call there.
He reached his right hand over the plate saying that ball was outside, but nonetheless rings it up as a strike, and he is even now in the count 2-2.
So here's the 2-2 pitch, and the same exact spot, and it's called strike 3. So Dowling is now 1 out away from moving into the winner's bracket of the ECC Baseball Championship.
A great job by Sesto, a great job by Rizzatello, realizing that, you know what, Albergina can't reach that outside pitch, and we're going to go there again. So that's exactly what they did. They peppered the outside part of the plate, and he was struck out, frozen at the plate, with Brian Murphy now the last hope for the Lions.
And Murphy's 1 for 4 afternoon, and the first pitch to him is a breaking ball taken for strike 1. Murphy has singled, struck out twice, popped up to first, and stolen a base on the afternoon so far. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled away at the plate. So now the Lions are down to their last strike. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Tap to shortstop. Piccolo charges, throws across the diamond, and gets Murphy for the final out of the game. So Dowling holds on to win 8-6 in the first game of the ECC Baseball Championship. We will be back in just a minute to wrap this up and get you ready for the next game. And we're back at Golden Lions Field, where Dowling just won 8-6 over Molloy in the opening game of the ECC Baseball Championship. Dowling moves on to the winner's bracket now, and they will play tomorrow at noon. Molloy heads into the loser's bracket and will play at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Cody McPartland was the winner. He moves his record to 6-4. Ron Bauer takes the loss. He's now 7-2 on the season. And Andrew Sesto gets the save, his second of the season. Time of the game was 2 hours and 34 minutes. And stick around for the next game of the ECC Baseball Championship. First pitch between St. Thomas Aquinas and Bridgeport should be a little bit after 3 p.m. Well, that'll do it for this game. For Casey Rafferty and Mike Steenkamp, thanks for watching, and hope to have you back for Game 2.